as you guys know, we're big on social media. So I'm going to do the thing I always do. First thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is take out your phones. We're going to go on Instagram together. So bear with me. Even if you already follow us, there's a little bit more to it. So find American Eagle Home Inspection. If you don't follow us, we'd love a follow. We shot some fresh content this morning. Chuck loved it. Can't wait to show you guys. So give us a follow. And so here's the new thing. So the last time I spoke a lot about just engaging your followers and earning new followers and being consistent. But then I wanted to go a step further, right? We all want to 10x our presence. That's why we do it, right? Because Dave, our Asheville video, who will speak in a minute, once said to me, Kimmy, you're great at what you do and when you do these speaking events. And today is awesome. We had 72 register, great. But how do I reach more? And that's with our video presence on social media. So here's one way we're kind of leveling up from that. So I'm gonna ask you guys to do me a favor, and it's gonna act as an entry in our raffle. So go to any of our Instagram posts and comment schedule.
Oh, I heard about this.
Spoiler alert. I'm just kidding. No, you're good. So, yep, watch my hands. I'm not doing anything. So you're going to go and comment schedule. So pretty instantaneously, you should be responded to with a link to our scheduler. So next time you go to schedule a home inspection, you have no excuse not to schedule with American Eagle Home Inspection. But so it's a way, so at every post we post now, we say, hey, comment for schedule. And I do plan to expand this, like, hey, comment for pricing, comment for our buyer's preparation kit, or comment for our sellers. And for an agent, you guys would say, hey, comment buying if you want my tips and tricks, or, you use it as a lead magnet, and it's something that's constantly engaging people. I also have automated responses to our stories. So if someone likes our stories, sorry to break your heart, it's not actually me responding to you, but it's a chat bot that can say, thank you for your response. It has varied responses. So ManyChat is a way where you can kind of step up your engagement game and social media. So check it out. And it does use AI. So when I first used it, it was very hard to navigate, and the actions are much like drip campaigns, right? It's like, okay, if they say this, then the machine's going to say this, then this. But now they have an AI automation tool you'll see at the bottom from a different page that helps us create all of our campaigns. So very helpful. And one last tip I wanted to leave with you guys was, who has heard not to put link in bio? Just Ashley, great. And Dylan. So I kept hearing this, right? Don't put a link in bio. Don't tell them to go to your link in bio. And I finally heard an explanation as to why that made a ton of sense. Instagram, what do all the platforms want? They want you to stay on their platform. So if you are literally directing people away from their platform, they're going to deprioritize any of your content. So that's why chatbots like these are getting more important. So instead of me saying, go to the link in our bio to schedule an inspection, comment schedule, DM me schedule. Because if Instagram's picking up on me trying to send people away, they're not going to be a big fan of that. So that's why you shouldn't put link in your bio, not just because people say that to be frustrating. So I hope that helped you guys a little bit. And at some point, we'll be doing a little drawing from the people who did enter. So we'll stay tuned for that. And so next, I've invited Tyler Kuhn. We're doing a special event with him in his brokerage. So I'm going to let him tell you guys about it. On mic.
Oh, sure. Can I speak into it? I'm not going to be up here for long. I've come to commandeer the meeting, y'all. I'm not supposed to be speaking today. But, when you send Kimmy a lot of inspections, you can call in a favor. So I don't know if y'all have seen my new listing. It's $20 million. It's 20 awesome short-term rental units, 10 minutes north of Asheville. And we're throwing an awesome broker open. We have fire performers coming in. We have a falconist. They're bringing a Harry Potter owl, all sorts of crazy stuff. We have a string quartet coming. So there's a QR code up there in the top right-hand corner. So y'all should have your phones out already because Kimmy told you to. You must RSVP. There's going to be security at the front because we've had some haters already online. Y'all might have seen some people complaining. So we're going to stop the haters at the gate and only let the cool kids in. But you have to register. You've got to RSVP to be able to get in. It's free. We're not charging anything. Free food, free booze,
We'll be there.
all sorts of entertainment. Kimmy will be there, so you could see her again, which is awesome. But we'd love to see you. And obviously, if you have any buyers too, that would be really cool. But other than that, just come. Like, there's some cool marketing opportunities. I think the place has over 100 million views on social media. So if you're really good at social media views, come there and take some videos, take some reels, Instagram shorts, YouTube shorts, whatever. And that's it. Yeah,
Amazing.
we'd love to see you there.
Love
So I'm like expecting 100 79 reservations right now.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Tyler.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Oh, and real quickly, Lotsar wanted me to plug. They have a blood donation drive Friday the 26th at 10 a.m. So if you got some spare blood, which we all technically do, feel free to check them out. But with that, I want to bring up Jason Sherbrod with Rocket Mortgage. He is responsible for our delicious, delicious food that we love so much. So he's going to give a little plug for Rocket Mortgage. Or do you want to put that on?
All right, so I'm gonna keep it quick. So yeah, we are local in the community. I live in Mills River, so you have a local Rocket guy. We've made a lot of changes over the last couple of years to really focus on our purchase side, and one of the things that we realized was we didn't have a face of our company. Right, we're great at refinances, but we didn't have somebody who did the purchase market and didn't know the area, didn't even know what due diligence was. So I moved my wife, my kids, my family down here 2 years ago to be the local lender for the community. We have a lot of great things. One thing we have is the 1+ program, which is a 2% grant for buyers. They can do a conventional loan, walk in with 1% down, have 3% equity, as long as they make under $70,000. Another thing we offer is free credit repair. So it's not just for clients that don't qualify. So you ever have a client who's an FHA client and you're like, man, if I can get them into a conventional loan, then maybe we'd be able to find something. But with their budget and being an FHA, it doesn't really work. We can go ahead, do a rescore in usually 3 to 5 days. We can get their credit scores up. And we can actually get them from an FHA to conventional, or go from conventional at like 760 all the way to like 780 or 800 to get them better pricing, better PMI options. About AI, I just want to say you're going to see a big difference with lenders in the next like maybe 2-3 years with AI. Some people are putting a ton of money into it and some people aren't. You're going to see a big difference of how much people can take on, how they can help you. I know with us, we're doing a lot to help the realtors we work with to let you guys know like more data analytics to see who's going to be buying, who's going to be selling. So I think it's a great option. I think AI is going to really be the future of lending.
Love it. And rates are coming down. Yay.
Oh, yeah. It should be, Fed said there's going to be no more rate hikes this year. As the last meeting, and we're hoping to have 3 to 6 drops this year. So it's going to be great.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jason. And thank you for the wonderful food. So appreciate it. All right. So up next, I kind of gave him a soft introduction. Dave Carigliano with Asheville Video Marketing. He has been an absolute ally in my business. Like I said, he's given me lots of helpful advice, but he's definitely my go-to for all things video. And he also loves the AI. And he's going to tell us all about that in his neck of the woods. Dave. Woo!
Thank you. Oh no. Oh man, I blew it. Okay. All right. Are you ready to have your minds blown by AI? Okay. So, I think if you're a realtor today, if you're on social media, if you listen to the real estate marketing gurus, you probably know that video is a really important part of your marketing online, or it should be. Beyond just listing videos, this real estate's a people business, and you got to put yourself out there. Video is really the best way for you to communicate your personality and all those all those little things that really differentiate you from other people. So if you want to be successful online with video, you got to produce a lot of different types of video content. You got to do Instagram Reels and TikToks and long YouTube videos and YouTube Shorts and send video messages to potential clients and run video ads and do all this stuff that you don't have time for and you probably don't want to spend a ton of money having other people do it for you. So, for a lot of people, they just don't do it, which sucks because, it can really help your business. But now, but now, thanks to AI, there's a lot of tools that we can use to make producing video, distributing video across social media and online a lot easier, to save you a lot of time. I love talking about AI. I love talking about the future. I love talking about, I love making fun of AI because I think that a lot of it is really silly. Like, it's really cool that, you can put in a prompt and create a video of a dinosaur on Mars playing saxophone with Abe Lincoln or whatever. But that's not going to help you sell houses. Case in point, it would be really cool, I think, if you could create, because talking head videos, presenter style videos right to the camera are super popular, especially for personal brands to kind of grow your reputation. But they're very time consuming to make. So it would be super cool if you could just record yourself one time for 2 minutes and get an AI generated clone made of you. And then if you wanted to, every time you want to make a video, you just say to the AI, I want to make a video about this, and it'll create a script and it'll generate a video that looks like you, that sounds like you, that you can, release. And you can make unlimited videos just with this 1-2 minute investment of your time. So I don't know. Let's see how that works out.
Key to growing your sphere of influence online, but including video in your marketing strategy costs more time and money than you're able to invest. Luckily, there are a ton of AI tools and apps out there to make producing video content both efficient and inexpensive. In this presentation, we're going to discuss a few of them.
So I think if you made a video like that and sent it to a client, they would probably call the cops because it's so creepy and not realistic. But, that's somewhere that AI is going. And I think that eventually we'll get there. We're not there now. I think, it did a pretty good job creating the script. It's a short script. The voice clone was all right. It was a little monotone. And, I look like a cartoon human. It's very unsettling. But, we'll get there. So the point of that is just to say that there's a lot of AI tools and stuff for video out there that are promising you the world. You just put in a prompt, it'll make you a video, whatever. We're not there yet. The best use of AI is still as an assistant, as a tool that you use within your funnel, within your video production, within your distribution, just to make things easier and to save a little bit of time. So we're going to talk mostly about things that help you do that. Now, however, a video like this could be potentially useful in certain ways. And so if we have enough going on that can distract us, this is how you make that video. At the end, I'll have links to all the stuff that I talk about. The app I use for this is called HeyGen. There's a couple like it. All right, but let's say that we wanted to add a bunch of stuff to this video and to potentially distract people from the fact that
Video is the key to growing your sphere of influence online, but including video in your marketing strategy can cost more time and money than you're able to invest. Luckily, there are a ton of AI tools and apps out there to make producing video content both efficient and inexpensive. In this presentation, we're going to discuss a few of them.
So if we have some stuff going on, maybe we can kind of find a way to use something like that. But I did that mainly to show you the Instagram Reels format there with the text going and all the graphics and all that stuff. It's a very popular format right now. And I use an app called Submagic a lot of the times when I create Reels like that. And I did it with this one. And that's an AI-based app that you upload your video to, and it'll automatically transcribe it. It'll make the captions. It'll do the animations. You press the B-roll button. It'll put footage over it. It'll do the music and sound effects and all that kind of stuff. And it's fully customizable. So, apps like that where you can kind of let AI do its thing, but then go in and kind of make the tweaks, move things around, change things out that make more sense, are really useful. So another cool app, video messaging to your potential clients is a really great way to build a relationship with them, to keep you top of mind with them. If you're doing that now, you're probably sending videos through text, or maybe you're sending them through BombBomb or something like that. But there's a couple apps and platforms out there that allow you to scale that and with AI. And basically how it works is you'll create one video. It's going to say, hey, John, it was great meeting you today. Let's follow up for a coffee next week or whatever. Every time you meet with somebody, instead of creating a video like that for them each time, you have this one video, and it'll sort of do what that other app did, but it'll just clone your voice, and it'll, like when you want to send out mass emails, you can replace the name or the business or whatever. It'll do that with the video. So you say, hey, John, in the original one, you type in or put your CRM in, and suddenly now you can make videos to Bob and Sally and, everybody. So that's a pretty cool app. I mean, I've tried it. I think that it's not super convincing, but in certain, but it's another one, like a lot of this stuff, you got to just keep your eye on it, because I mean, like I did this talk 6 months ago or whenever it was, and like this stuff looked way worse. So I think that, it's not going to be long before this stuff really is convincing. Yeah, exactly. It does. So if you want to make long format videos, YouTube videos and stuff like that, right now your only option probably is to figure out how to be a video editor and use something like Adobe Premiere or maybe CapCut or something, which is pretty cool, but a little more advanced. There's this app that I use called Descript for a lot of simple stuff, and it's really cool. It uses AI to basically take your videos from concept to creation. You can start by using the chatbot to come up with ideas, to write scripts for you for different videos. Then you can record in the app if you want, if your webcam is good enough quality. And then when it does, it'll transcribe the whole video, all the text, or it'll make a text document of everything that you say. And then if you want to edit the video, all you have to do is just edit the Word document. So if you want to take out this sentence, you delete it. If you want to put this paragraph at the beginning, you just move it, and it'll automatically edit the video for you. And then you can have it go in and remove all the filler words. You can say, I want you to take out every time I say or yeah or whatever. It'll take them all out. It'll remove all the silences in between. You can have it add footage overlaying like B-roll and music. If you don't have a good mic, or if you're recording outside, it'll go with its AI and figure out what's the best way to clean it up for you, remove the background noise and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really great all-in-one tool for somebody to edit your videos without becoming a professional video editor. And there's a lot of other really cool tools inside there as well, like find clips. So if you do a long YouTube video and then you want to make YouTube shorts from it or put out Instagram reels, it'll go through and find, a bunch of 30-second to a minute engaging parts of what you say, cut it out, and then you can, in the app, add the captions and the effects and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really cool one-stop shop for editing and stuff like that. But another really cool way to get those clips that I just talked about, if you have a long piece of content, if you do a talk somewhere like this, and you want to create YouTube shorts from the things that you say, but you don't know how do I cut out individual clips. You can use an app like Opus Pro, or there's some others that I mentioned here, where you just upload your clip and it'll go through and find all those engaging moments, and it'll cut out reels and vertical videos for you, automatically do the captions, and each one of the apps that do these kind of things has different features, which, may or may not be relevant to you, but, in different levels of customization, if you're interested to go in and do it yourself. So, and then finally, if you're creating video content and you're really going for it and you're making YouTube videos and you're on all the social platforms, it's really hard to manage posting all your content consistently and frequently and doing all the captions and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend that you use some kind of scheduling platform to get all your content out there. The one that I use is called Vista Social. I particularly like this one just because it includes a lot of features that you can do in-app, that you can only do in-app on Instagram and Facebook. And as far as I know, it's the only one that does things like collaborations and stuff like that. So it allows you to put all your content in for as long as you want and just set it and forget it. You can also use the AI in there to generate captions for you based on the content, and you can generate hashtags and all that kind of stuff. Another really cool app is called repurpose.io. And how that basically works is you can pick one platform that you want to post all your content to, say it's Instagram. And then every time that you upload something to Instagram, it's going to automatically put that piece of content on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever. So that's a really cool kind of automation. And then finally, advertising, I think, is something that is really important for you to be doing if you have a personal brand, if you're trying to connect with people and keep yourself top of mind and kind of build a relationship with strangers. But it's something that, not a lot of people, I think, leverage enough. It really can be as simple as just making sure that your followers on whatever platform you choose are seeing your content all the time. So if you, especially if you don't have like a lot of followers, if you have under 5 or 10,000, it really shouldn't cost you more than a couple bucks a day to make sure that a post or some piece of content from you comes up in front of them every day. So, the easiest platform I think to use for advertising, the one that I use the most is Meta or Facebook, whatever. I think they have the most advanced kind of algorithms and AI and the best data to use. So, I know it's popular to kind of boost posts because that's the easiest thing because it's in the app. But the best way to advertise is to use their actual ad platform. And in there is where, you get access to a lot of really cool AI features, whether you're advertising to your audience or to a cold audience. You basically, especially, as realtors, you can't really customize your targeting too much because there's like laws and stuff about being discriminatory. So the cool thing about Facebook and its algorithms is you can just kind of put an ad out there, give it a geographic location, Buncombe County, whatever, and it's gonna figure out who your ads are relevant to. It's gonna take the elements of your ads and come up with different variations. Come up with different headlines for you and descriptions, and figure out what works the best to get you leads or to get you followers or whatever. So definitely, if you're not advertising, I would give it a shot. And that's it. We'll just end it with one more message from my...
I hope these tools inspire you to start using more video in your online marketing. Scan the QR code for links to all the apps I mentioned, as well as many others. Also, be sure to follow me across social media at Asheville Video Marketing and book a free consultation to discuss the best ways for you to use video marketing to grow your sphere and generate leads.
All right. Enjoy the nightmares. And that's it. All right. Thank you.
Good morning, Asheville agents. Are you ready for a journey into the future? I'm here to tell you it's a pleasure to be among you today. Now, I can almost hear your thoughts. Why is Oprah at an AI talk? Well, let's keep that curiosity alive. Here's what I want you to know. I am genuinely thrilled to be here with you today. We're about to dive into the world of AI and real estate. For those of you already pioneers in this field, today's mission is simple. Discover that one nugget of knowledge, that one game-changing insight you haven't found before. And for those of you who are just beginning this journey, or perhaps you're still a curious skeptic, unsure of where to start, today we're here to banish those fears. We're here to guide you into the future. I'm in the Oprah, but I don't have a crystal ball to predict the future. However, I can assure you of one thing. AI is here to stay. It's reshaping the real estate landscape as we speak. But here's the exciting part. On your handout, there are links to get you started. I invite you to join Nurse Agent, an online real estate community designed for the age of AI, where you can learn, share, and leverage everyday AI use cases. I also encourage you to create a ChatGPT account before you leave. Dylan and Evelyn have a treasure trove of resources and insights to share with you today. So I implore you, open your minds wide, embrace this journey with enthusiasm, and let's congratulate ourselves for stepping into a world of new possibilities, a world where AI and real estate meet. Dylan and Evelyn, I'll leave it to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Oprah. Well, when AI Oprah starts handing out cars, sign me up.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough act to follow.
That's what I'm here for. So yeah, we're really glad you guys came out today. I hope this is inspirational and educational for you all. We have a jam-packed presentation that will address beginners to advanced users. And to get started, we'd really like to get to know you guys a little bit better. So who uses AI daily? ChatGPT daily? Anything?
Nice.
Okay. All right. How about weekly? Okay. And then who's still scratching their heads trying to figure out what to do? Perfect.
Awesome. That's
Perfect.
a good mix.
Perfect.
That's a good mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Dylan. I like to call him Dr. Dylan, Dr. D. He got his PhD and then went to Harvard. He's been a real estate agent at Keller Williams for 4 years. And I can attest that last year we had the privilege of working together pretty closely. And he is definitely the biggest AI nerd I know. And when he's not geeking out about ChatGPT, you can find him at the climbing gym or playing volleyball.
Yeah, that's it. And just to tell you a little bit about why we're here, I think that all of us are aware of the kind of the importance of this technology in the business. And one of the things that we realized last year together, and then also I started a Facebook group of agents that are using AI for real estate. One of the things that we realized is most people are aware that it's important, but there's not really an on-ramp to actually using AI tools to do something in your business. And so what we're going to talk about today are daily use cases, like real things that you could leave today and go do. So, you know, we showed AI Oprah, and AI Oprah is really cool and exciting, but most of us aren't going to go home and clone our voice or clone our body and create content. So
Speak for yourself. But.
today, what we want to do is have a conversation about things that real estate agents can do today. And on your sheet, there are some links to our community, but also to various resources that we've created specifically for real estate agents to start using ChatGPT. And we're going to talk a lot about ChatGPT today.
Yeah, and we really hope you guys just get a little bit more familiar and comfortable with it. I know for me, I think of ChatGPT as my personal assistant, not only in business, but everyday life, which we'll give you some ideas on that later. And Dylan over here, I think he sees ChatGPT as his new BFF because he had a 40-minute conversation in his car with Chat the other day.
Yeah,
So
we'll talk about it in a little bit, but I mean, you can...
They're at another level.
You can really... there's a lot of different ways to leverage AI to help your business. And so we'll get into some of those today.
Let's dive in.
Yeah, and I think that this kind of oversimplifies things a little bit, but one of the ways that I think about AI and its role in real estate is kind of that it's no different than any other technology that's been introduced to our business. Whether it's the newspaper, telephone, computer, smartphone, AI, in many ways it's similar in that it's impacting the ways that we communicate with the people that are important to us.
And it's here to stay and it's just growing. Yeah.
So we have another little video to play for you. This is what most people, at least our clients, think about AI.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if this works. Hopefully it's not blurry.
47 Acre Place, that beautiful penthouse in the city with panoramic views.
Yes, of course.
I'm going to start it over.
Okay.
Congrats. Your all-cash, non-contingent offer was accepted on 47-acre farm in Oklahoma.
Farm? No, farm, stop. Whoops, what do you mean? Whoops, what am I gonna do? I suggest you buy some Garth Brooks albums and satellite. I'm gonna sue you. Sue me. You can't sue me. See you court. Error. Goodbye. No. What'd you? No. Shit.
Yeah.
So most people think that there's this fear that AI is going to replace us, that it's going to start doing all of these things that we normally do and our clients will give us up. My client actually sent that to me last night. So I thought that was pretty funny. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about what is AI. I asked ChatGPT, what is AI? Kind of like in a metaphysical way. It responded with 3 different definitions. So for a child, AI is like a smart robot that can learn to do things on its own, like answering questions or helping with tasks. For an adult, what is AI? AI is when computers are trained to think and make decisions like humans. And for an expert, AI encompasses a wide range of technologies and techniques that enable machines to simulate human cognitive functions. So in many ways, it's like the telephone, it's like the newspaper, it's changing the way we communicate, but in some ways, it's very different. And I think that's why there's a lot of hype around AI right now. So hopefully, you leave today with a little bit of a better understanding of what is AI. In real estate, for realtors, this is the way that I think that's going to provide the most value to us today. It's going to help us work more efficiently with our clients and better serve our clients.
It will save you time and money.
So like Evelyn was saying, I kind of think of ChatGPT as my second brain. Like when I first started using ChatGPT, which it seems like most of you have used it at least once, I was using it to create a hyperlocal real estate website that would rank in Google search so that I can get leads from the internet. And that's the first use case that I had for ChatGPT. And I started this Facebook group to see if there are other geeks like me that wanted to do more of that. And then 10,000 people joined the group. And it became clear.
In 1 year, he started a year ago with 50. I was number 50. And it boomed to about 10,000 now in a year. And we're all collaborating. And I just want to say right now, if any of you guys have to leave early because of your kids, make sure, we'll put this in the end, but make sure to join his AI mastermind website, which is on here, which will direct you to the Facebook group. And don't worry about being a little creeper on the page. It's totally fine. Sometimes I just creep on it to see like who's posting what and who's doing what, and it inspires you. But all of his videos that he's been making, there's a library of videos on there too. We'll talk more about that, but just make sure that nerdyagents.com that you guys follow that.
And it's all free. So one of the things that we had to make a decision about early on was, well, do we want to be a group or do we want to be a community? And it's a group of 10,000 agents, but it's more of a community today. And that's one of the things that we're working on making a more kind of a priority in 2024. So with that means that we are coming up with courses and content to help agents really figure out what is the actual relevance of this tool to my business and what can I do. So we're going to talk about a couple of those things today.
Yeah. So who has used any of these, who has used ChatGPT or AI for any of these activities in your business? I want to hear from you guys. Oh, it was shout them out. Like, let's brainstorm. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Listing descriptions.
Good. Email.
Captions.
Business plans.
Nice. Yeah, so all of these things are ways that you can use ChatGPT to create leverage in your business. One of the things that we'll be putting out into the group this week is a list of more than 100 different done-for-you prompts and routines, along with video examples and step-by-steps on how to use ChatGPT to do all of these things. So if you're looking for a way to take off one of the hats that you wear as a real estate agent, all of us get into this business excited to become a CEO of our business, and then we realize
it's marketing, it's advertising, it's personal assistant, it's all the things. We wear a lot of hats, as you guys know. And ChatGPT, that's where once you really start thinking that this is your assistant in business, and it could be your business coach too to help you plan that, it really kind of starts alleviating things from your plate.
So we're going to talk about a couple ways that AI can help you run your real estate business. So more than just video and social media. And one of the things that I think we should start off with, and there's going to be thousands more tools, and the handout that you get is going to be obsolete. Handout that you got is going to be obsolete in a couple of months because the technology is changing so quickly. One tip, don't buy any annual subscriptions to anything because the technology is changing. Like you want to be able to dump the app or dump the whatever in a month because it's going to be replaced. We saw a couple of video examples of apps. Those, like you said, are brand new. I mean, many of them didn't exist a year ago. So,
except for ChatGPT 4. I mean,
ChatGPT, like the flagship LLM, that's going to be here for a while.
That we do. Yeah, do subscribe to that. It's another level. ChatGPT 3.5 is free. 4, you can customize and preferences for you. If you're going to use it every day, we do highly recommend you pay for that.
So these are just 3 principles to think about anytime you're looking at an ad that you're being served on Facebook about a new AI tool for realtors, or anytime you're making a decision about, do I want to adopt this technology for my business? Does it provide you value? Does it save you time? Does it save you money? And the third one is, I think, particularly important because a lot of the comments that I've read in the Facebook group and that I heard today about the cloning is these sort of like inauthentic nature of a lot of this stuff is kind of disturbing. Is the word that I heard. Yeah.
We want to be personable with our clients. We want to relate and connect, and we don't want to take that human portion out of it. And I think ChatGPT can help by still participating in that communication.
And we'll show you a couple of ways today to make it sound more like you as well. But today's the worst the technology is ever going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we thought we'd solve a couple of little practical problems, just provide a couple of little routines that I think would be relevant to most of you. So number one, we're going to talk about communication, and we're going to dive into emails. Then we're going to talk a little bit about how you can leverage ChatGPT to do some things with your social media and to make it better. And then problem 3, we're going to look at how you can use ChatGPT to get help working on your business instead of in your business.
Emails. Lots of emails. Yeah. Who uses ChatGPT to write emails right now? Anybody? Okay, great. All right, then let's talk about it. Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, who uses a personality assessment, such as a DISC personality assessment, to better communicate with their clients? Okay, so I'm going to kind of talk to you guys right now. The rest of you who don't know what we're talking about, ask ChatGPT. You'll figure it out. Okay, so this is what I do for emails that's going to make you guys sound like a rock star. So I'll write my email, and then I'll put it in ChatGPT. And I'll ask ChatGPT to edit the email for the personality types that I think my clients have, such as a D and an S. And then magically, it writes it as if I intuitively knew how to communicate with them. And it's still saying and getting the point across of what I wanted to say. And with that, it teaches me how to communicate better with them. It's the back and forth. So then I just copy and paste it and send it. But here's something that happened the other day it's definitely it's embarrassing to me. I copy and pasted and I put it in the email and I went about my day. And then I reread what I wrote. And the first line was, and this has been edited to a D and an S personality type. Blah, 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 blah.
We've all done it.
Yeah, so there's going to be some learning curves along the way, and you're just going to have to bite your nails and grin and bear it. If you do anything like that, lesson learned, I will never do that again. But for those who use the DISC personality assessment, that has been a beautiful tool that really helps communication and better connection.
And you can use it on a one-off basis for like individual emails to a client or from a client, but you can also use it to develop entire email campaigns. So if you have a client event coming up and you want to create like a 4 email chain campaign about that event, you can create an email campaign, or you can create a 36 touch campaign. And what's more, you can supercharge. If you take Evelyn's advice and customize it for a DISC, you can create one campaign once for your business and then ask it to make the same campaign for a DISC. And the effect that it has is your clients are going to have a better experience. Like they're going to feel like they're spoken to.
I
Rather
mean,
than just
it's going to make you sound amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a whole nother level of an email compared to other agents that you're, and this is the thing. This is what gives us leverage right now. And this is what will make us stand apart from other agents, is utilizing these tools and techniques.
If you're an agent that needs systems in their business, if you're an individual agent and you want to create SOPs for your business as an individual agent because you anticipate growing, ChatGPT can be a really good partner in doing that specifically for your emails. If you're already a team, if you're here because you're ops, this is going to be your new best friend because this is going to really create a lot of value for you and your team.
That's why it's your best friend.
That's why it's my best friend.
It's best friend. Yeah.
It also knows Enneagram and it knows different languages. So if you're having difficulty communicating with people, it can help with that as well. So this is the biggest fear.
Oh, wait, I do want to share,
go
because
ahead.
we do have time, so I'm going to add a little bit here. So also personally, I mean, we're talking professionally too, but keep in mind, you can take this anywhere. My husband and I had to write an email to my mother-in-law. And so it kind of works with that too. Use the personality assessment, write an email to your family member. But then also I've asked it to speak as Gabby Bernstein and talk to, well, I don't want to give all my tricks away, but don't think I talked to a girlfriend when she broke up with her boyfriend. I just wanted to give her some, say something nice. I didn't know what to say. So I said, hey, what would Gabby Bernstein say in this situation? And it was perfect. So.
Your difficult conversations with sellers or buyers about bad information that you've gotten, if you have like this sort of personality type where you don't like those awkward conversations, ChatGPT can help you make them not awkward. Or a difficult conversation with another agent. Ask ChatGPT help. There are ways that you can customize ChatGPT to make it sound like you. And this is just a screenshot from a setting in ChatGPT. If you join the group, we have a step-by-step on how to do this. But basically, we have a series of questions that all group members can answer and put into their custom instructions and the settings in ChatGPT that will teach ChatGPT who you are. And so the effect that this has is it puts into ChatGPT's long-term memory information about you. You're an agent in Asheville, North Carolina. You've sold hundreds of homes. You've been in real estate for 10 years. You can tell ChatGPT as much information as you want. And it will use that in its responses as you're working with it to write emails or do whatever it is that you're doing.
And as you use it more and more, I'd encourage you guys to start using it daily, just for silly little things, but it'll start to get to know you better through your usage. And then it can better communicate.
Yeah, the people that are having the best results with ChatGPT for creating content in real estate and just generally just using it for their real estate businesses are those people that use it every day.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of different ways that AI can help you, and ChatGPT is multimodal. And this is a new feature, meaning you don't just have the ability to chat with it with text. You can chat with ChatGPT with documents. So you can upload documents that you have on your computer into ChatGPT.
Do you guys hear this? Inspection reports.
From your favorite home inspector.
From your favorite home inspector.
And I apologize, it's a little blurry, I think, because of the connection. But one of the things that I've done recently is uploaded a home inspection report and asked ChatGPT to, I know they all come with an executive summary at the top that you can read as an agent and then digest that and communicate that to your client. But I wanted to see, can ChatGPT kind of produce the same summary report? And it can. So you can upload the 80-page inspection report and it will pull out all the sorted details of the results. And it will, if you ask it, it'll prioritize those results, the findings, in order of highest priority to least priority. You can ask it to tell you if there's anything in the report that you might need to immediately communicate to a seller because it's a safety concern. So if you don't have time to read an 80-page inspection report and you need the quick, like, VIP list of things in it, you can just ask ChatGPT. From there, you can take it and you can ask ChatGPT, will you please write an email to my client about the findings? Now, this doesn't replace you actually reading it, but and when I've done this with a few reports, it actually provides way more detail than I normally share with a client in terms of like my perspective on the report. So I found it to be extremely helpful. And what's more, it can also offer advice for negotiation. So I've asked it, what are some things that I can negotiate with on the seller in this inspection report? For experienced agents, maybe it's just like a check on what you already know. But for newer agents, I think this is an extremely valuable tool because you may not have a mentor that you can pick up the phone and call. I mean, you have your BIC, but this is available 24/7 at any hour of the day, and it doesn't fatigue, unlike your BIC.
Yeah. Yeah. And HOA docs. I mean, you can just throw, if those are attachments on the MLS, throw those HOA docs in there. And if they ask if they can have a camper on the home site, then there you go. Or ask if they can have certain livestock. There you go. You just upload it, ask one question, done in 30 seconds. It's beautiful. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
No.
So,
Wait till the end. No.
so at some point I heard that I guess 3.5 was only updated to certain years. Wait, is that still the case or is that,
Yes.
what about 4?
2023.
23.
But you can have an extension that searches.
Oh, because it's
current.
Yeah, and with
23.
and you can use extensions that give it web access, so you have access to real-time data. It has access to the internet.
oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
You really want 4. You want, I mean, everybody in here wants 4. You do.
Well, and I was going to ask, are these features available in both versions? Like the customization?
No, the customization is only in 4. And if you have 4, it goes under settings and then you can customize it. And coming back to that personality assessment, I throw that in there. So it's always answered that way.
Now, when it comes to the HOA docs
Mhm.
or covenants and restrictions, are you able to just so many of them you can't copy the text, right? You just get an image. Are you able to upload the image and have it process the text that's on the image? Or does it only work when you're able to actually copy and paste the actual text?
No, I upload the document.
Okay.
So if the document is an image, though, which it often is with those really old HOA documents, it does
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it does have a feature where it tries to read the image and convert the pixels into text, but it's not perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Does.
And it will tell you that it can't, it'll fail.
Aha.
So social media, there's a lot of different things on the internet about how to use AI and ChatGPT for social media. We're going to talk about one routine that you can do to plan out your social media posts. So we heard today that like consistency is probably the biggest thing that most real estate agents could improve on in terms of their social media. And these are the 3 main questions that members of the group have. It's like, I don't know what to post. I don't know when to post. And I just literally can't keep up with it all because there's 7 major social media platforms that we should be posting on. So you can ask ChatGPT to be your social media assistant and create a content calendar for every day of the month. You can do it for every day of the year if you want.
It's a little, yeah. I will throw a couple of my recommendations in here. I would say just 30 days. And then if there's a holiday, you do need to let ChatGPT know that. So if you ask ChatGPT to do a 28-day content calendar for February, you're going to want to know, please make a post on February 14th for Valentine's Day. Because it isn't picking up on the holidays quite yet, I've noticed.
If you tell it for January 2024, it will do a good job of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing on the weekend, and then again, unless you want 7 days a week. But you can tell it. I post on Instagram 5 days a week, and I post this on Mondays, this on Tuesdays, this on Wednesdays, and I like carousel posts and reels, give me ideas for both types, and then give me ideas of the types of images that I need to be posting on each day. And then you can also ask it, can you just create the caption, and can you create the hashtags, and also can you give me a prompt for a text-to-image generator, so I can go to a text-to-image generator like DALL-E 3 and create an AI-generated image for the prompt.
Yeah, the key thing here, I know I can see some eyes like, oh. So asking a lot of that, the key thing for me is putting it in a table format. So now you have day 1, here's the caption, here's the hashtags, here's the da-da-da. You put it in a table format, you put that in a spreadsheet. So then February 1st comes, you pull up your spreadsheet, there it is. You take your idea, your hashtags, your image if you have one or if you need one, and then go ahead and implement that in your social media post. Now, I know it does sound like a lot. Fortunately, Dylan and I have made a video on his AI Mastermind Facebook group. Yes, we're referring to that again from nerdyagents.com. And there's a video on there. I think does it say content calendar and Canva? Because we then go into Canva.
Yeah, I don't remember what it says.
On the highlight.
You'll see Evelyn's face on the thumbnail. So just click it.
Yeah. So there was a video on that was probably about 45 minutes long. He's telling me what to do and I'm basically doing it right there. I would encourage you to watch it on your phone and have your computer open to ChatGPT, a spreadsheet, and Canva. And then, you guys will learn it right then within 30 to 45 minutes. And then it's gold. It's spend an hour doing this once a month and then daily. Sometimes 30 seconds. Sometimes if you need to generate an image or find one in your phone, because we have tons of images of kitchens and bathrooms. It takes up to 5 minutes to really post it.
We all hear that content is king, but then there's like this huge gap between like me sitting here and actually getting there's a activation energy that seems like it's impossible to get over, and actually posting daily, which we're hearing you don't just need to post daily. You need to post multiple times per day, and you need to do stories, and you need to do reels, and then you need to do these different platforms. So how do you actually do it? ChatGPT can really get you a couple steps further down the road. Members of our group, before the new year started, we had a mastermind on how to come up with 100 video topics for 2024. And members of the group created an Excel sheet from ChatGPT of 100 hyper-local video content ideas, topics, along with hooks, scripts, and shot lists for each one of those videos. And you could do it in 5 minutes in ChatGPT. If you have your custom instructions set, so it's customized, it knows where you are, it knows who you are, then it knows what types of content you're interested in creating. Are you interested in creating things for buyers or sellers or both? And then you can tell it, I want it to have a mix of 80% personal or 80% business, 20% personal, like the 80-20 rule, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you another example. Over the holidays, I highlighted every Friday, I highlighted 3 local owned businesses in Asheville to go shopping and get your gifts from. And I've only been here for a couple of years, so I'm still learning the new local scene. And sure enough, every Friday, it would shoot off 3 different local businesses. And the copy on it was perfect, talking about the business, what it had. It was beautiful. So that took so much research for me out of it.
With web access enabled, you can also, when you're asking it for your content calendar, provide a link to AVL Today to the events page, and it will pull AVL Today events into your actual content calendar, so that now you're actually talking about stuff that's going on. You don't have to go in and worry about now I need to go in and add something that's happening this weekend or whatever. Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? So, one thing that I was shared last night that was extremely helpful. So I've already been playing with ChatGPT, but this kind of took my thinking to the next level. So whether you're trying to gather information from it, learn a new concept, or in this case, for the people that haven't used it as much, when you're using it, think of it like you're explaining to a 5-year-old, right? So when you're trying to communicate with ChatGPT and you're not sure how to give it instructions, think of it like you're talking to a 5-year-old and give it those types of instructions. And then from there, you're likely going to be able to break down an outcome that you're looking for. Likewise, if you're trying to learn something, give it the prompt Eli 5, right? Explain it like I'm 5. And it's going to break it down in incredible detail so that you can understand and break down exactly what it is that you're trying to get out of it.
Yeah. And if you don't like what it initially gives you, you can say, redo. Do this again. You're almost there. You almost got it.
How many of you guys use Canva? This Canva, almost everyone.
Excellent.
You guys know there's an AI suite in Canva now.
Magic Studio.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I encourage you to check it out. There's a link well, you can find it on Canva. But with Canva, they're rolling out AI tools. So you can go from text to image, you can go from text to video, you can go from text to presentation. Now you can, if you've created a Instagram square graphic, you can convert it into a document, you can convert it into something for TikTok. So there's a lot of cool functionality in Canva's Magic Studio. I encourage you to check it out.
And that's another subscription-based one.
These are some examples of just AI generated images. So it's right now, the tech is pretty good for text to image. These are images of the Blue Ridge Mountains, a cabin view of the Blue Ridge Mountains. This is just an example of what you can do with Canva's text to image. There's also a company called Runway. Their website is runway.ml, and you can go from text to video. Runway, so in Canva's Magic Studio, they have a text to video section, and it's run by Runway's technology. If you create your content calendar and need an image that's original, like not clip art stuff, you can go to Canva, text to image, now you have an image. If you need B-roll, you can go to Canva, and using Runway, you can have B-roll. So these are some examples. This picture or this video of the Eris building is actually a couple of years ago, I had a photographer go around and take pictures of all the condo buildings in Asheville, and I didn't pay for drone footage. And so what I did was I uploaded this still image of the Eris building to Runway and asked it just to create a little moving image. So it can turn all of your static images of listings or whatever into videos without having a video editing software program. This is just all within Canva, something we already use. And then here are some examples. I thought it did a pretty good job of creating a log cabin, and the video of the Blue Ridge Parkway in fall was pretty crazy to me.
That's awesome. I love that one.
And yeah, so this was just like a quick little 3-second video. You can download this from the website. It's free. There's free credits that you can have if you create an account at Runway. And now you just have like cool little B-roll for your whatever, your TikToks or Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the last thing that we're going to talk about.
Love me some Oprah.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the least discussed and like, to me, just most fascinating ways of using this technology.
This will save you time and money.
It could save you time and money. Most people can't afford a $1,000 a month real estate coach. There are hundreds of thousands of agents in the US and across the world, millions probably across the world. Most of them don't have access to an AI coach. From an equity standpoint, that's really important to me, but also just from the perspective of like being an individual agent and trying to figure out like, how do I get off the ground? How do I get my first transaction? How do I get my first 10 transactions? Unless you're paying a split to a team and you're on a team that's going to provide you with that support, then you're on your own. You have to kind of teach yourself. And the way that we've been teaching ourselves for the last several decades, since the internet started, is by Googling things and then asking colleagues. But that's kind of got a disadvantage because like you're just relying on your colleagues' knowledge, which is just a single person, and there's billions of people. So what you can do with ChatGPT, and there's prompts here, if you scan this QR code, it will take you, hopefully, if it works, to an example ChatGPT conversation that will allow you to turn ChatGPT into a business coach. So ChatGPT has read all of the books in the world, or most of them. It's read all of the internet. It's read magazines, news articles. It's read all of YouTube. It's transcribed YouTube. So it knows more than your coach if you have a coach.
Takes out the human element, we'll say.
For now,
the
it does.
hand-holding.
For now, it does. This is a fun little table that I thought was cute that will maybe, every time I show this to people that have coaches, they're like, but. And they always say, I can't call them. Well, like, we can talk to ChatGPT all the time.
Dylan calls Chat every day.
You can. So if you download the app, I got chills the first time I did it. If you download the app and do the, activate the voice mode, you can talk to ChatGPT, and it sounds nothing like Siri. It sounds nothing like the AI-generated voices. So the effect is, if you're not the type of person that likes sitting at a computer and your conversation when you're chatting is different than your conversation when you're talking, which is what most people say, like whenever they are saying something negative about ChatGPT and their experience, what I found is that when you go from the chat experience to the spoken word experience, all of a sudden it becomes a little bit more emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start having conversations with ChatGPT, and it will sound like an Australian man or a woman from whatever, like depending on what you choose. And it's really cool. It's really cool.
Sorry. I could just see
When I
this.
first started, they said, don't use the app.
Yeah.
Put it on your computer.
Yeah. It's much better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Um,
keep improving. I mean, everything is changing.
So ChatGPT is $20 a month. If you do the plus version, it's free. If you're just using ChatGPT 3.5, that's way cheaper and way more affordable than an actual coach.
And not only business coach, you guys, but
Yeah.
life coach, financial coach,
Therapist.
therapist, yes, best friend.
And it
Mother
can
you
coach
wish
to
you had.
any model. This is what blows my mind is that most people, they enter a brokerage, they hire a coach that teaches to a model for that brokerage, which that's the brokerage's proprietary knowledge. ChatGPT has been taught Bold, it's been taught MREA, it's been taught all of the books and the models that all the famous gurus have written. And it can coach flexibly between models too. And so I think that kind of breaks down some of the barriers between different brokerages in a really exciting way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
So you wanted to be a CEO. Now it's possible to actually, if it's been written, then you can ask ChatGPT to guide you on any thought or any thought leader's ideas about a particular topic. And I think that this is what's cool as an individual agent. You can hire Gary Keller, you can hire Tony Robbins, you can hire Oprah Winfrey, and you can invite them to be part of your advisory board as you're building your business. And so what do I actually mean? I think the next slide kind of breaks it down. There's a link here. Hopefully this works. Evelyn said it didn't, but it might. You guys can tell me.
Didn't for me. Yeah.
What you can do is you can instruct ChatGPT, and there's a prompt in this link, and I'll send it to you via Kimmy as well. You can build an advisory board of the most famous thought leaders in any given industry in the world. And you can invite people that are experts in real estate, but you can also invite people that are experts in motivation and life skills or whatever. Gary Vee, if you like Gary Vee, like add Gary Vee to your council. And now all of a sudden you're an individual agent. And instead of just getting the advice of your BIC, which is important for certain things, like you're trying to build a company. So you need to think differently than anyone else has ever thought before in a way. You need to follow the things that have been proven, but also if you're trying to create something new for the first time for yourself, and you don't know how to do it, you don't have to just go to Google anymore. You can ask ChatGPT to advise you using this sort of knowledge that exists on the internet about these topics.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
crazy.
it's mind blowing. It's awesome.
One of the things, and Evelyn kind of mentioned this, like when you get in the car and you're thinking about like what you have to do for the day, oftentimes we think about difficult conversations we're about to have, or we're worrying about things. One of the things that you can do with ChatGPT is have role-playing conversations. So you can ask ChatGPT to adopt the role of a seller who is reluctant to sell because they have an interest rate of 2.675 but they need to do X, Y, and Z. Like you can role play that conversation as a listing agent with that seller and try to see exactly what the root cause is of the seller's motivations for not wanting to sell.
And I do think right now, I think it's important to say this is where ChatGPT 4 comes in for where Chat already knows who you are because you told him that in your preferences. So when he's asking questions or when you're asking questions about this particular client in this situation, you don't have to say, oh, and by the way, we're in North Carolina and yada, yada, yada. So if you have the preferences and you indicate that you're a real estate agent in Asheville, North Carolina, that knowledge will already be there. Yep. I think that's just important to note because if you're in 3.5, you're going to have to stipulate you're going to have to keep reminding Chat who you are and where you are.
And if you have a team or you have a brand and you have a way of doing things and a way of responding to clients, now there's a way using ChatGPT that you can upload that sort of like brand specific knowledge and experience into ChatGPT. And then you can invite a new member onto your team and have them learn how to interact with customers based on the way that you want your team to respond. So it will train new people how to talk, how to speak. I think this is a really cool tool for new agents to get into as well.
Yeah. Yes. Lots of things.
So hopefully we've kind of shown you a couple of different things that you can do and got you curious. If you want to dive in, this is all kind of on the back of the sheet that you have. If you want to learn more, if you want to really get into the nitty gritty and start thinking about how you can do this sort of stuff for yourself and in your business, then we have a couple of upcoming trainings. Next Friday at 12, same-ish time, we'll be doing a Zoom on ChatGPT, like a 101 class. And then there's a ton of free stuff in the Facebook group that we're just
And Dylan has amazing trainings every week for beginners and for advanced, so different groups that he addresses. And this is the link, right? So please sign up for this Facebook group. You want to be part of it before it closes and you have to pay for it. But seriously, I'm just such a huge fan of Dylan. He provides so much knowledge and value for free every week. And I just have a tremendous amount of respect for him and what he does. So if you have any questions, but please go to the Facebook group. It will answer so many things. And like I said, hopefully today you're a little bit more comfortable, but if you're still not figuring out what to do, creep on that page and look at the videos, set time aside, time block every week to just go through a video and start to get more and more familiar with it, because they're really good and they provide value, and it will make you a better agent and will set you apart from the other agents. And that's what this is really about, right? It's how can ChatGPT enhance our business? But other agents are using this. Now everybody in this room is using this, and our clients are going to notice the difference between those who use ChatGPT for their business and those who don't. I think that's going to be evident. We need to keep up with the changing times.
Questions?
Yeah, questions.
Going back to social media content creation, what tool or service do you recommend to then post it? I used to use Hootsuite, they charge now. Are there any free services that will then schedule it out?
Meta.
Canva does it. It posts the scheduler. Yeah.
So
If you're signing in Canva, you can put them in Canva. But yeah, I don't know if you have better.
experience of the people in the Facebook group has been that actually directly posting natively into the app is going to give you the best engagement and response from the app. So I don't know how on the back end though, the apps, these services know that the content is not being posted directly by the user.
What I do is I go into my spreadsheet and I just see what it tells me to do. And I mean, it's done in 5 minutes, because you really do need that engagement. You need to do the likes. You need to respond to people. I mean, it helps with the algorithms to do it yourself.
It's kind of analogous to what Kimmy was saying with the link in bio problem, and how that's kind of taking people out of the app. They're looking at it from the other direction as well.
Yeah. I'll say this, I'll add, sorry. My opinion.
Yeah.
So I was using repurpose.io, which David pointed out. So I post primarily on Instagram, and then I would have it regurgitate it to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. So, but Instagram is my main source of business. So I was noticing if I post it native on TikTok, we'll get, 10, 20, 30,000 views. If I post regurgitated, a couple hundred. But I'm at least still getting my followers. But yeah, it knows when you're putting it. But I say to people, if it means it's there, it's there. At least cast that white net. If you can post manually, great. But if not, post manually on your favorite one and then let it disseminate to the rest. But I agree, native posting on each is generally better.
And I think in regards to that, it comes back to what's your purpose? Is it just to be in your LinkedIn profile, your Google page, where everybody kind of goes to Instagram now just to check you out? Or is it for the purpose of engagement and getting leads? You're going to want to address how you post those two things differently.
Then a lot of those apps also have native options where you can schedule the post inside of it. So like on Instagram, you just go to advanced settings and you can say schedule the post, and it'll just drop down a calendar, and you can just pick the time and the date you want it to post. So you're going to have to go to each app individually natively, but you can schedule them. So if you want a time block and be like, hey, at 8:30 in the morning, I schedule all my posts for the day, you can do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear how you guys are using it and any success, as well as any questions that you guys have. I mean, part of this is kind of brainstorming. I feel like the more we talk about ChatGPT and the more we use it, maybe you got some ideas from us. I mean, heck, we'd love to get some ideas from you too. So, yeah.
So I'm not using it in my real estate right now. I'm using it for a workout.
Cool.
Second week, and it's just kind of like I'm telling it what I want to accomplish in my obstacle course racing, and it's basically training me to achieve to that. I don't know if it's gonna work, but the workouts are pretty intense.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Do you have a chat set up? Did you create your own GPT for that?
Yeah, so basically telling it what I'm looking to accomplish, what kind of time and what kind of obstacles I have to get through, and it's kind of preparing me to do certain exercises, more endurance, because I've been training for a while, but not where I want to be yet. But it's kind of sort of working.
Nice.
So I'm just giving it a try. This
Cool.
is my second week.
So just try telling it like what your challenges are, what you personally need to get better at. So like, do you tell it like, I need more endurance, or I
Well,
need more
I
speed, or
basically
more
told it
strength?
what time I need to complete it.
Uh-huh.
So it's mainly by time. I want to be in the elite, so I need to get like 36 minutes.
Right.
5K 20 obstacles. Right now I'm at 46 minutes, so I need to crunch down 10 minutes.
So did you tell it that you're at 46?
Yes, I've told it everything it needs to know. Weight, height, where I feel comfortable in, where I lack weakness, where I need to improve in.
Yeah,
So it's
that's awesome.
basically, it's just, I'm doing exercises that I normally wouldn't have done
That's cool.
for previously. So
Yeah.
it's been a little bit of
It makes me think of another important point that we didn't really make. And I think that this technology has the capability of helping with building resilience amongst anyone. And managing overwhelm is a big thing in our business, burnout. And one of the things that you can do is you can go into ChatGPT, start a conversation, say, I have this list of 10 things to do today, and pick up the kids, make dinner, go grocery shopping, write this contract. And you can ask it for help in organizing your day. And you can ask it for help from an ROI perspective, like what are the things that are going to make me the most money? You can ask it for help from a personal fulfillment perspective, or a specific objective that you have. So I think that that's a really good example.
I actually needed.
Yeah.
jump on that.
Yeah. I actually needed a document written up, not real estate related, but it probably I would have gone to an attorney for it, and I needed it notarized. And I wasn't really too sure what to do or what attorney to contact for it. So yeah, I just had ChatGPT write up this document. It included all of the verbiage that for the notary and all the lines and everything. And, fingers crossed it works. I think it will. But that saved me. I mean, it blew me away. I just asked Chat to do it. And, in seconds it was done. And whew, it took the worry of finding some attorney to do it. So not real estate related.
I stepped out for a second, so I don't know if this was mentioned, but if you're dealing with a toxic relationship, you can kind of like type everything into ChatGPT and be like, rewrite this in a diplomatic way.
Yeah.
And it'll help you kind of navigate those things
That's a
too.
really good job.
Yeah, it helps with responses because it takes writer's block out of it a lot for content creation, for Instagram and social media, but also for relationships. Like it'll take that emotional I'm thinking of writing my mother-in-law. It takes my emotional out of it and makes it more diplomatic to that point.
Can it pull data? Like, can I ask you in the last 30 days how many houses sold for blah 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 in Asheville?
Probably not like your, not really.
Not like a Ruby's report or anything.
You can, with the custom GPTs, create an API to whatever database has the information you need and access it that way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
More historical things, like over the last 5 years or something like that, but
Yeah.
it only goes up to a certain.
Well, I was wondering what that web access extension said, but I guess that was more like access mechanic.
Yeah, like could you link it to the Ruiz?
I tried doing that. It was still it was lame. I didn't like the answers. It didn't give me what I wanted.
To the links you need to go to get that
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't do it. You just there's more to it than just ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT alone is not the solution. Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. Do you guys feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah.
A little bit.
With it? Okay. Do you have ideas of how you're going to implement it this weekend or next week? Yes? Okay.
Anthony's got a question, I think.
Do it. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so from what I've seen, ChatGPT is like input with words, output with words. And then the incorporation of Canva gives you that visual aid. So, and there's a lot of tools here. If I were to kind of prioritize certain tools, that would be ChatGPT, possibly like the AI magic of Canva, and then any others you recommend to start.
I think those are two great places to start. I think you
I
can
think
get so far as a real estate agent that needs to create content, write emails, like ChatGPT plus Canva. That's going to solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. And you said words to words, but it's also pictures. So if you're in a house and there's a funky boiler that looks like really funky, you could take a picture of it and say, what the heck is going on with this? And it will tell you.
It will tell you how it works. It will tell you what's going on. It will tell you if it looks like,
tell you more than you want to know.
It will tell you if it looks like there's corrosion on it.
Yeah.
And you need to talk to an inspector. It's super good. Right in the app, take a picture of it. If you're like, what is this architectural feature of this home called? Oh, those are transom windows. It will identify windows. It will identify what it's made of. It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Yep.
Yeah, just take the photo.
If you have photos on your phone, also, like, you can upload them into ChatGPT, and you can ask it, what type of house is this? Oh, it's a cottage.
Or easy for Instagram. You say, oh, I love this photo. ChatGPT, write me an Instagram post based on this picture. Done. Yeah. I think everybody wants to go make snowballs.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready.
Do something like that. No, definitely read it before you post it and make it your own. And the more you use ChatGPT and the language you use to talk to it seems it will talk like you do.
Yeah. Say please and thank you.
Vibe instead of, whatever. That will use its sort of atmosphere. It'll use that in my life.
Right. So to that point, for copying and pasting, don't copy the quotation marks. It puts it in quotes. Take those out of it. And yes, talk to it. Say please and thank you. Say, hey, this was great, or hey, you missed the mark. The more you talk to it, the more it'll get to know you.
Yep.
I just want to give you guys feedback. I teach classes on ChatGPT, and I actually learned so much today. So many.
High five. That's awesome. Yay, thank you.
Wow, I just want to put a bow on it. I want to say thank you so much, both Evelyn and Dylan. And it's funny, so I'll tell my story. So I knew Evelyn, and I met her, and she was kind of doing some AI stuff in the community. So I was like, cool, I want to put together a chat. She's like, oh, my friend Dylan, he does AI. I'm like, oh, cool, love to meet him. No, Dylan is a 10,000 person Facebook group. Dylan has a doctorate. Dylan is very impressive. And
It's all Dylan.
Thankful for his time.
It's all
for
Dylan.
Evelyn.
It's not all Dylan.
So thank you guys for coming. Please take more food, anything over there you want, and thank you for your time. And drive home safely.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Happy snow. Thank you guys.
Yeah.